Hello and welcome back. This is another 8th grade math video. In this video, we're going to be working on how to evaluate powers that have negative exponents. Okay, so if you've seen some of my previous videos that I've done on evaluating exponents, you know that evaluate means that we are going to find out how much this is equal to. So we're going to be doing that with these ones, but these ones have negative exponents. In the last video I did on negative exponents, we talked about kind of the idea of undoing the negative by flipping it to its reciprocal. So that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to first change this to its reciprocal, and then I'm going to evaluate it. So since there's a -2, what I'm going to do is, in order to have a reciprocal, I have to make it into a fraction. So I'm going to go ahead and, oops, that's not the that's not the marker I was looking for. Put it over 1. So right now I have 4 to the second power over 1. If I flip it into its reciprocal, that means that the negative changes signs to be a positive. Now, if I had a negative on the bottom next to the 1, that would also change signs if I flipped it. So anytime you flip exponential numbers, the sign of the little exponential number will change. So I'm going to go ahead and flip it so that it is 1 over 4 to the second power. Now I can evaluate and leave the 1 over here, but 4 to the second power is 4 times 4. So that means that 4 to the negative second power is the same as 1/16. Okay, here's the next one we're going to look at. This is 2 to the negative first power, and we're going to evaluate it to see what it's equal to. So I'm going to go ahead and rewrite it over here, just so I have a little bit more room. 2 to the negative first power. First, I have to turn it into a fraction by putting it over 1. Then I have to undo that negative exponential number by flipping it to the other side. So I'm going to flip this around. So this is 1 over 2 to the positive first power. Well, 2 to the first power is the same as the number, so 1 over 2. So that means 2 to the negative first power is the same as 1/2. Okay, here's our next one. We're going to evaluate 2 to the negative fourth power. So again, I'm going to rewrite that over here just to give myself some more room. I have to turn it into a fraction, so I'm going to do that by putting it over 1. And then because I have a negative exponent I want to get rid of, I'm going to flip it into its reciprocal. So that means I'm going to make it 1 over 2 to the positive fourth power. So when I do that, that negative sign disappears. Now my next step is to figure out what 2 to the fourth power is. Well, remember, the little exponential number tells us how many numbers we are multiplying. So that's why I put 4 lines. And the number we're multiplying is the base, or 2. So this is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. So now I have to figure out what that's equal to. Well, 2 times 2 is 4, and 2 times 2 here is 4. So 4 times 4 is equal to 16. So this becomes 1 over 16. So 2 to the negative fourth power is the same as 1/16. Okay, here's our next one. It is 1/10 to the negative first power. So I wanted to show you what some of these look like as well. So I'm going to go ahead and rewrite it as 1/10, but in the parentheses, to the negative first power. So what that means is that that negative first power applies to both the numerator and the denominator. So I'm going to go ahead and distribute that -1 here and here. So I'm going to rewrite this as 1 to the negative first power over 10 to the negative first power. So all I did was distribute that negative first power to both the numerator and the denominator. Now I want to get rid of those ones. Those negatives. So I'm going to go ahead and flip it around to its reciprocal. That means this is 10 to the first power on top and 1 to the first power on the bottom. Well, any number to the first power is the same as just that base number. So that is 10 over 1, which can be simplified to just 10. So 1/10 to the negative first power is the same as 10. Okay, here's our last one for today's video. We're going to take 1 to the 7th power, 1/7 to the negative third power. So I'm going to go ahead and rewrite that here. 1/7 in the parentheses to the negative third power. So again, what I want to do is distribute that negative third power because it's outside the parentheses to both the numerator and the denominator. So if I distribute it here and here, that gives me 1 to the negative third power over 7 to the negative third power. Now to undo those negatives, I'm going to go ahead and rewrite it as its reciprocal. So that's going to be 7 to the third power over 1 to the third power. So once I flip it, those negatives disappear. So now I just need to figure out what 7 to the third power is. So third power means I am multiplying 3 numbers, and the base of that exponent is 7. So that's 7 times 7 times 7. So 7 times 7 is 49. And then if you multiply that by 7, you end up with 343. So that's what's going to go on the top. And then 1 to the third power is just 1 times 1 times 1. So that is 1. Any number over 1 is just that number. So that means 1/7 to the negative third power is 343. Okay, guys, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope to see you in another video very soon.